Hey guys, brand new week, Monday night. Again, a late one. um, Hopefully some of you can join me tonight. So, I said to you on, it must have been Saturday, right? I said to you that we were going to do a video tonight on the biscuit tin. Okay? So, time to explain what I mean by that other than literally a tin full of biscuits. Which, to be fair, that could be what I mean. So when I've been referring to the biscuit tin, what I've been sort of trying to explain to you guys is that when we get home in the evenings, we have our dinner, and then it's very often I hear clients clients and non-clients talking about how they're struggling with weight loss or struggling to lose weight, or they're gaining weight, but they're only eating one meal a day or one big meal a day, and that'd be dinner. And they're often reaching for that biscuit tin. Yeah, they're reaching for that thing after dinner. So whether it be dessert, whether it be literally biscuits, whether it be the alcohol, the wine, the biscuits, the crisps, the peanuts, just those snacky types of foods. And obviously there's two main reasons for that in my mind. There's the comfort, there's that element of things which we can talk about at a later date, but there's also what I've been piping on a lot about recently is the metabolism side of things. So often the reason people are binging out on these foods late in the evening after their dinners and stuff like that is because they've gone through the duration of their day eating very little. Okay, very little. So they'll have a big old dinner, and then they'll feel hungry very shortly after. 1-2 hours later, they'll feel hungry again. The reason for that being is because they've spent practically their whole day eating next to nothing. So tomorrow I'm going to do a video based on why breakfast is actually the most important meal of the day. Everyone says it, but they don't really explain it. Alright? So I'm going to be explaining that tomorrow. But people will skip breakfast. They'll then either have a very, very small lunch or skip lunch completely. They'll then wait till they get home, have a big old dinner. Yeah, Marcus? They'll have a big old dinner. And then inevitably, they're hungry. An hour later, 2 hours later. And what do they go for? The biscuits, the cakes, the alcohol, the peanuts, all of that crap stuff. Because you want to be comfortable. You've had a stressful day at work. Okay? So, one quick fire, sure way, you're going to reduce, if not completely eradicate, that biscuit tin in the evenings is eat some damn food. Alright? Eat some damn food during the day. Okay? Get those breakfasts in. Okay? We're going to talk about that more tomorrow. And have some lunch. Okay? If you struggle to eat a meal or you have not enough time to eat that meal for lunch, graze. Okay? Some nuts at the table. Some almonds. Cashews. Things like that. Okay? Have them on your desk. Have them on your table. Wherever you're working, whatever you're doing. Okay, no one, and I've already ranted about this, no one has not enough time to eat. Alright? Even if you're on the go, okay, even if you're eating on the go, you have a bar in your pocket, you have a flapjack or something, I don't care. You have no excuse not to eat something. Alright? And if your employer is not going to allow you the time to stop to eat, should probably look for another employer. Alright? Because it's only going to affect your performance at work and training and everything. Okay? So, avoiding the biscuit tin. Okay? That is going to be done very, very simply by incorporating more food throughout your day. Alright? And getting that breakfast in there is going to be a big, big help. Again, we're going to talk about that tomorrow and why breakfast is so important. Or why people say breakfast is so important. Okay, lunch, get it in there. Graze, a shake, a bar. I'm just trying to think of some easy alternatives. Like I say, a little grazed pot of nuts, fruit, Little bits and pieces like that. It doesn't have to be some big meal that you've spent hours preparing in the weekend and things like that. Okay, just little bits and pieces. Marcus made a valid comment in terms of drinking water. Okay, it's not necessarily on the topic of avoiding the biscuit tin in the evening, but maintaining your hydration levels is obviously going to be a huge thing throughout the day. Again, both for fitness, for business, keep in mind in tune. Okay, so biscuit tin is caused by not eating throughout the day. Okay, it's caused by allowing your metabolism to slow throughout the day, going long periods of time without eating. All right, and then inevitably what happens is you have that big binge in the evening, because all that hunger, when you've sat down, you've chilled out and you've relaxed, all that hunger creeps back on you. Yeah, and you're starving hungry and you go for the comfort foods. All right, so start to integrate that second meal, the third meal. You know, sometimes when I talk to people and you talk about having 4, 5, maybe even 6 meals a day, people are like, what? You know what I mean? But it's true that is inevitably that is a development you're going to get into when your metabolism becomes, well, quick, fast. All right. So the biscuit tin. All right. Probably won't be the last time you hear me say that. I probably say it a lot. Refer to it a lot. But hopefully you've kind of got an insight of why. Maybe you haven't figured it out for yourself. Natasha, you're saying there, that's my worst time is nighttime binging. Yeah, exactly. Worst time for it. You're not the only one, okay? A lot of people following the same trend and a lot of people kind of wondering why that is. And hopefully today that's giving you a little bit of insight of perhaps why that's happening. Perhaps you're not eating enough throughout the day. Maybe you're not eating anything throughout the day. It's not uncommon, okay? So tomorrow I'm going to do a video on why breakfast is so important. Okay, everyone says it, but they don't really explain it. They just say, oh, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, can't miss it. We're going to explain that tomorrow. Okay, yes, Trish, little and often, fantastic. Okay, but it's getting to that point. It's hard if you're only eating 1 meal a day to go straight to 5 meals a day. Okay, so it's progressive. All right, if you're missing breakfast, you're missing lunch, start with something small, some nuts. I keep using that example, but it is very small then. It doesn't feel like you're eating a big meal. All right. Tasha, I can hardly eat 3 times a day at the moment. Start small. Start 2 meals. Yeah. Don't feel like you have to achieve everything all at once. All right. Put a post up earlier about focus. Try and focus on one thing at a time. If you're eating 1 meal, start eating 2. If you're eating 2 meals, start eating 3. One step at a time. You don't have to change everything. Like, now I'm training 5 times a week. I've changed my diet. I've done this. I've done that. Don't do it. It's not sustainable. Okay. All right. Thanks for everyone joining us tonight. Nice to see some comments. It gives me some feedback. It gives me some comments to give you a little bit more information maybe that I'm not giving you already. Thank you very much for that, guys. Thanks for joining us, and I shall see you tomorrow. All right. See you later, guys.